On divorce court today. Teri says her husband of 23 years has become a grumpy old fisherman who would rather stay home than do fun things with her. Larry claims Teri would rather spend money than earn any and stays out all day doing who knows what. Teri Brown and Larry Brown have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in divorce court starts now.
Mr. and Mrs. Brown, you have been married for 23 years, but you do not want to be married anymore. Mrs. Brown, specifically, you say that Mr. Brown has all of his priorities messed up. Why don't you tell me what's wrong with the way Mr. Brown prioritizes?
Well, right now, I feel like that he's putting other things and other people before me, and I don't like it.
What things is he putting before you?
His fishing, his friends, other activities. For example, if I call him, if I'm fixing dinner and I notice that I don't have something, and if I've talked to him and he's stated that he's on his way close to coming home or something like that, well, honey, you know, I looked and I don't have enough milk for this particular site, something like that. No, you should have already had that. You knew what you was gonna make. You know, blaming on me. So
well,
since
stop and get the woman some milk. Huh? She's at home trying to whip up a meal for you. You're not gonna contribute by picking up some milk?
Well,
no, I'm asking
okay,
you.
yeah, yes.
Is she telling me the truth, or does she
yes,
make that up?
Yes, sometimes.
Why
yes,
do
not
you
all
feel?
the time.
Why won't you pick up the milk? Why is it a problem?
Well, sometimes, you know, I work all day. I work from early in the morning to the evening, and sometimes I don't have time, you know, to stop.
Oh, you're just tired, don't feel like it.
Yeah, you just don't feel like it sometimes.
Let me ask you this: how many hours a day does he work?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Because since we have our own business, we have a landscaping / gardening services, he sets his own hours. Just because he's gone 12 hours doesn't mean that he's actually pushing lawnmowers or doing landscaping for 12 hours.
Well, do you work outside the home, or you work in the landscaping business as well?
In the background.
In the, like books and,
yes.
and
yes.
bills and all that kind of
yes.
stuff? Let me help you out a minute. He's doing a very physical thing for a long period of time. You're at home doing paperwork, this, that, and the other, and cooking. I think if the circumstances were reversed, I was doing all that hard work and my husband was home, and I'd be a little honked off about having to get the milk. Because you're not, I mean, you're helping, you're working, you're doing things, but he's having a rough day out there and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you could make sure your stuff is handled. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for the most part, I usually do, and this is not an everyday or all the time occurrence, but sometimes if I've checked the night before, the kids, if I need milk, for example, the kids could have used the milk up in the cereal, and that just has been an oversight on my behalf.
Right. So can't you just jump in the car and get some milk?
We don't live exactly close because we're kind of like on the edge of town.
Oh,
so
he
it's
can
like,
just
I'm in the mid,
swoop through. I got you.
Yeah.
It's a small list. You tell me other times when you think he's put other things or people before you.
Like for fishing, I don't
How
have a problem with him
How
going
often does he fish, really?
5 times a month, probably. Depends on the weather, the fishing season.
Mr. Brown, let me ask you this. Do you understand what your wife is complaining about over there?
Yes.
What is she complaining about?
Well, that I guess I don't spend enough time.
That's it. She wants you to spend more time with her. Do you think that it's possible for you to manage that?
Yes, but, you know, I work all week. Sometimes I have to, wind down and do things that I want to do, you know.
Well, you know, winding down is something that you should like to do with your wife on occasion. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Brown. Don't talk much, does he?
No.
Mr. Brown, why don't you tell me your primary concern with Mrs. Brown?
Well, you know, she had a few deaths in the family when we first met, and she had a few deaths in the family, and things was going all right. And then she got off her program as far as, you know, the chores at the house, you know, cleaning up, cooking for the kids and all that, stuff like that. And, you know, I have to come home from work, then sometimes I have to do it. Mm-hmm. You know, I have to come home, I have to take care of the family, you know.
How long did that last?
Did it last?
Where she's off her program with respect to the household and the kids.
Well, just recently, since she had the few deaths in the family from her
How
sister.
long ago was that?
Probably about 5 years, 4 or 5 years ago.
Well, that's not recently.
4 years.
She's been off her game for 5 years?
About 4 years, you know.
Mrs. Brown, is that true?
I would have to say yes and no.
Okay.
Well, I say yes, when you lose someone, and when you lose 2 or 3 people, so it wasn't just like one person. I lost my biological father, I lost the father that raised me, I lost my grandfather, I lost my sister. So we're talking about a whole bunch of emotional struggles. My sister, when she passed, she had several children. Me and my other sister had to cut those children in half. We had to take in extra children into our home, so along with grieving and reorganizing our household. And then I have a blood disorder, which leaves me very weak, dizzy. I've been doing pretty good here lately, but he's aware of that, and he knows that that limits what I can do as far as being really active. That's why I tend to stay in and try to preserve my energy.
Are you aware of all that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think that she's playing it up in order to get out of stuff that she needs to do, or do you think it's a real mental and physical impediment for her, from her doing what she needs to do?
Sometime I think that she's playing sometime. But I know, you know, I feel what's going on with her. I know what's happening, but sometimes I feel that she's playing on that, you know, in order to, you know, not get things done, you know.
You say he's always grumpy.
Yes. Yeah, he is. And so he comes in, he's already in a bad mood 9 times out of 10. He says it's the weather, he had a bad day, somebody stole his blower, he couldn't catch a couple of his clients. But I don't want the bad attitude of everything that's taking its toll on him for me to be the brunt of it. So I understand bad days. You know, I've been out there in the field before. I understand bad days, but I don't want to be the dog that's being kicked behind what's happened.
Now, are you saying you don't want him to share it, or are you saying that he turns around and inflicts damage on you because he's upset?
Because of the
well,
day
what
that
kind of
he's
things
had.
does he do when he's in a bad mood?
Well, he comes in, he's not lighthearted, he's mean, he's sharp, he's real snappy, he doesn't want to talk. If he wants to go to bed at 8 o'clock, no lights, no noise, nothing, you know, so just not.
Mr. Brown, is that what happens?
Yes.
Next, how much shopping is too much shopping? The pictures reveal the truth. If the ink on your marriage license is barely dry, but you're ready to call it quits, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real relationships in crisis. Divorce Court continues.
Now, Mr. Brown, I'm going to co-sign on your grumpy for you. All right? Yes. Mrs. Brown, everybody has a bad day, and you come home, you're a little cranky. That's what a spouse is for. You know what I mean? That's what you sign up for. And so he's working all day long, and then he comes in and he's a little grumpy, you know. Soothe him. Don't be mad that you're not being appreciated, as long as you don't take the grump too far. You know what I mean? Yes. You can be grumpy about other things, but you can't beat her up with them, right?
Yes.
I gotta say, you know, you say you're not well, and you say that you had a lot of emotional problems, but it appears that whatever sickness you have does not keep you out of the mole. Because one of Mr. Brown's primary complaints about you is how often you shop and how much money you spend when you do. Do you shop a lot?
I don't think I shop a lot. I don't think I shop enough.
How often do you shop?
Just a few times a month.
A few times a month?
Yes.
You mean clothes shopping?
I mean clothes, jewelry, accessories, stuff for the house. I mean, when you're constantly running a house, you know, you deplete things, so you have to go pick up things.
Yeah, I get that part.
Shoes, clothes, things, you know, are out of season, so.
Well, Mr. Brown, you say you have examples of the excessive nature of her shopping.
Yes.
So I would like to see those. Now, you know you're wrong, don't you?
No.
That's a lot of stuff.
No, it's not.
With the jewelry? No, that I understand. I understand that. But the purses and the jewelry, how much money do you think you spend a month on jewelry, purses, dresses?
To be honest, I have no idea because I'm a very thrifty shopper. I don't pay full prices for items, and it's very hard for me to pass up a good deal because if you're going to get something anyway, when you have the opportunity to save, then you might as well go ahead and get the item, or you can save money on that and then you can double up or triple up. So whereas you might have only been able to purchase one bag, if you catch a good sale and you have a couple of coupons, you can turn that and flip it around and turn that into 3 bags that you have only otherwise been able to get once.
The path to poverty is paved with coupons. People go out there and say, oh, I can get this cheap, get stuff they don't need, not really called for. I mean, you could go broke at the Goodwill. You with me?
I'm with you, but can I also say that most of the time when I do go, like as you said, with the coupons, you can lose track. And the reason why I don't have an adequate amount is because I get things in the mail all the time. I have family members that send me items. So what you're looking at, the Louis Vuittons, the Coaches, the Cole Haan bags, the Coach bags, all that stuff like that. A lot of that stuff has been gifted to me. A lot of those items have been collected and maintained over a period of years. It's not like this is something I just started doing. These are things that have been accumulative over a period of time. So like I said, I have family members that send me things. I get boxes in the mail at Christmas time. I get coupons.
Does she?
Yes, she does, but I can't. Can I talk?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I come home one day, and this china cabinet was at the house. The one, right?
Right,
it was at the house, so I'm figuring, you know, we already got one china cabinet, what do we need another one for? So it goes in our room, they put it in our room, come back again, it's filled up with everything.
It's filled with purses.
Yeah, with purses.
And the like.
I mean, you know, we didn't really need that in there. We didn't need that china cabinet, but you see all the jewelry and the purses.
Don't you feel cluttered? You seem like there's a lot of stuff in your house. Doesn't it feel a little cluttered?
No, it doesn't, because my things are very well organized. As you can see, I have my things very well organized, very lined up, so I know where everything is. So if I have to go someplace, I know where I need to go. So nothing is thrown together. Like I said, these are things that have been maintained and collected over a period of time. I
got you.
When Divorce Court continues, are Teri's ideas to grow the gardening business really the path Larry should follow to fix their money problems?
Do you agree with Larry that Teri's purse collection has gotten way too big? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
You say you have concerns about Mr. Brown in the business. You say that you'd like to grow the business and expand and make more money, but Mr. Brown is dragging his feet and just satisfied with maintaining the status quo. What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that was that we didn't go through all the years that we went through to put me through school, for the education, for the knowledge, for the experience, for us not to be the best that we can be. Right now, like I say, we're doing okay, but there's so much more that we could do. There's so many more markets that we could tap into, but it seems like he's comfortable with where we are right now. And like I said, having gone to school and haven't had the experience and gained the knowledge, there's so many things I want to do, but when I try to talk to him about the business, he's very, very offensive. He wants to do it his way. He doesn't care if it's the best way. He doesn't care if it's the most productive way. He just wants to do it his way. He doesn't want to hear me say anything about that, because when I tell him that we can do this, 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 and this,
he don't want to change.
He just
wants everything to stay the same.
Yes.
Mr. Brown, is that accurate? You're comfortable with the way things are? You're not looking to expand, go forward, turn left, make some adjustments? Just not what you want to do?
Well, no, it's not that. It's just that right now I need help, because my business it's all right now, but I need help, financial help from her, because we're struggling right now. You know, I'm trying to make it. Everything is on me right now. Everything is on me. Ain't nothing on her.
He needs you to get a job.
Well,
He needs you to get out of the thrift shop and get a job. He needs some money. You're spending his money. You're not making new money, and he's struggling, and he wants you to get a job.
Well, I have a job managing him. That's my job, is to manage him.
The time that you take going to the stores could be done. You could be at a store making money, not giving them your money. You need to get a job. Because everybody has to adjust to the circumstances as they are currently. You are not in a circumstance where you can stay home, shop, and do this, that, the other thing, ask him to bring home the milk, and all, you know, you seem to want an awful lot and have a whole lot of reasons why you can't give very much in return. Did I get that wrong?
No, not exactly, but I feel like I do put forth a lot. Like I said, I've given him some excellent ideas, some things that we could do.
He doesn't want ideas, he wants cash. You have to go get a job, get a check, you cash it, and you give it to him. He needs income. Not ideas, income.
Okay, well, income comes from collecting cash from your clients. You can't continue to cut yards for several weeks at a time and not collect. And then if we're out shopping or doing something together and you see your client and they say, oh, hey, man, I know I didn't catch you. It's been 3 or 4 weeks, but I got you. And then you tell them. So you say he
has accounts receivable he is not collecting on?
Constantly.
And you believe that if he were to only collect those accounts receivable, he should be all good?
I think there's a few other things.
Are you a few accounts receivable away from being flush?
Well, a few of them. But, you know, that's not the problem right now. The problem is we need money. But I need help. She helps me. She's smart. She helps me with books, keeps up with stuff. But right now, we need money in our house. We don't need no money going out. We need money coming in. You know, that's the thing right now. The money is coming in from me right now. All the money is coming in from me.
And I've been doing everything that I can to find outside work. I have not been successful in that. It's not.
I don't think so. The conversation that I've gotten from you so far has been pretty much why you shopping and, you know, why he needs to go get the milk and all this kind of stuff. I haven't heard from you, you know, a frustrated employment seeker.
I'm very frustrated. I'm very frustrated because I send out applications, resumes. I go to job fairs. I'm getting tips.
Yes, she does. She just started, you know.
Oh, she just started?
Yeah, recently, you know.
Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next.
It's time for you to call 1-800-282-1991 to answer today's question. You'll receive some valuable offers. Call now.
Divorce court. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
You two aren't going to get divorced because you can't afford it. Hardly keeping it together, staying together, so you have no reasonable means to be apart. I don't think you're going to be apart. You want me to tell him off, and you want me to tell her off. So I will. Mr. Brown, you got to be more engaged and affectionate. You know, the fact that you work hard and you come on home, you're doing a great deal. But in the context of being a husband and married, you gotta show some affection and some love. Spend some quality time with your wife, make her feel like she's somebody. And it doesn't take much. You would be surprised how little I love you, a kiss on the neck, how far that'll get you and how quickly that can be done. You know, you're a man, a few words, make those words, I love you, once a day. It will work magic. It really, really will. And you've got to be more than just the guy that makes money. You got to be the guy that she loves and cares and excited to see at the end of the day. You, on the other hand, need to get a job. Even when you're starting a business, that's the best time to have a job because you know it's going to require income. You know it's going to require investment. You know it's going to require. You have a job. You keep pulling cash in from here, there, the other. I look for other jobs all the time just because you got to have, you know, income. You can't wait till, oh, my ship is coming in. I'm going to kick back until that sucker rolls up to the dock. No, you work until the ship is there, and then you'll have money to get on the ship and go someplace. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Say I love you, get a job, I'm going home. This matter is adjourned.
Teri agrees with the judge and says she will try harder to get a job. Larry vows to show more affection. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court.